I grew up in Johnson County in a little town called Venus. I was the second of seven children. My mom homeschooled all of us. She was actually a preschool teacher before she decided that it was God's calling on her life to raise a godly family. And so she would teach us every day our math, our science, our history, our Bible classes. And then my dad would come home from his job as a delivery driver, and we would spend time with him. We'd watch TV with him, or we'd go out and do yard work or throw the baseball around. But I remember that there were times in my life where we didn't know whether there was going to be a roof over our heads the next month or food on the table the next day. And that's when I learned some very important lessons from my mom and from my dad. For my dad, it was no matter what you do, just work hard. Ultimately, if you work hard and you strive for something, you're going to earn it. And then on my mom's side, she always used to say that it didn't matter whether you had a lot of money. My family certainly didn't. It didn't matter whether you had the best skills in the world. If you had time and you had a desire to do something, you could go out and help someone. And so you should always be looking for a way that you can serve. And those are the two things I would say that I learned from my family. Is no matter what you do, you work hard. And no matter what you do and what you have, you go out and you serve somebody. And so that led me later on through college and beyond, through starting my company, something I work hard at every single day, preventing people from getting addicted to pain medications that they're prescribed, and doing it for the right reasons as a way to serve someone. That's something I'm trying to do here in the 25th Congressional District. Whether it's building job training programs with different organizations that I've been part of over the years, whether it's preventing kids from getting hooked on deadly medications that have gotten into their schools and been sold to them by members of drug cartels, or whether it is just going and talking to folks and hearing in little communities like Granbury and Cleburne and Burleson and Joshua, all the way out to Olney, Texas. This is what's going on in our community. No one will help us. Will you? That's what running for office is about. That's what serving in elected office is about. It's about caring about those issues that happen in each and every one of these little towns. It's about looking someone in the eye and when they tell you, hey, the economy's bad right now. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to put food on the table or keep gas in the tank or keep a roof over our heads. And not just saying, oh, great, that's fine. I'll go do something about it, maybe, if the campaign donors give me enough money. But actually knowing what that's like because you've lived in that situation. We don't have a whole lot of people like that in Washington, D.C. You've heard about the swamp that we need to drain. We've heard people chanting, drain the swamp, over and over and over again, but the swamp has infected Texas. We're represented by people who don't care about us, who don't show up for local issues, who don't know what it's like to build a company from the ground up, or know what it's like when you don't know whether there's going to be a roof over your head the next month, who don't know what it's like to struggle, to live here, to work here, to fight not just for a paycheck, but in many cases for your very life. We need more people like that in Washington, D.C. And I would appreciate if on March 5th of this year, you come out and you vote for someone who knows at all levels what it's like to struggle, what it's like to live in their car, what it's like to work 3 jobs and tutor on the side just to make it through college, what it's like to go out and basically beg for food in some cases from friends and say, hey, could I just eat what's left on that? That's the way our economy feels right now. We need to be voting for people who look at the price on the gas pump and say, am I going to be able to buy 6 gallons of gas or 7 this time? Am I going to be able to fill up the truck? Am I going to be able to fill up my little economy car? We need to vote for people like that. We have that opportunity March 5th of this year. That's the primary election date. And in this state, it's the primary that really, really matters. So I'd appreciate if you check out my story It's going to be at luccifortexas.com. Reach out. I guarantee you, pretty much anything that you can tell me, I've been through it. And together, we can take our country back.